So for your first autumn wintry cocktail, I'm going to do a riff on the amaretto sour. We're going hazelnut, but I'm also going to bolster it up with some pumpkin as well. Now for the base of this, I'm going to be using some spiced rum. I'm going to be using Sly Dog. This is a beautiful rounded spiced rum, not overly sweet, plenty of spices, and I think this really adds to the drink. 45 ml, 1.5 ounces, just your favorite spiced rum. Then instead of our amaretto, I'm going for the Frangelico, the little monk. I haven't used this stuff for ages. It's really good. Love hazelnut. 15 ml, a quarter of an ounce, half an ounce, sorry. Then my sweet spots for citrus in this particular cocktail is 22.5 ml, 3/4 of an ounce. Now, pumpkin, we did this on a live show a couple of weeks ago. I really love pumpkin. I think it's great. And I think here in the UK, it just really gets used for pumpkin spice lattes. And I think it's got a lot more to it than just mixing it with coffee. So whack it in some cocktails. I'm going to use 20 ml of this. This has got all the spices in there, just really lovely pumpkin syrup. Now that pumpkin's not overly sweet, so I'm just going to balance this. Actually, not too much. I just want 5 ml, so like a bar spoon of 2-to-1 sugar syrup. But like all these cocktails, just adjust to your own personal palate. If you want more sugar, you add more sugar. If you don't want any sugar, don't add sugar. This is up to you. And then the sour is traditionally kind of egg white. I never use egg white. I kind of have it's like a vegan alternative, aquafaba. But here in the home bar, in the studio, we rock out the foamers, Ms. Better's foamers. We just want about 10 drops of these. Then after a quick shake, we're just going to strain this into your favorite double old-fashioned glass, or if you want to go coupe glass, it's completely up to you, or martini glass even. I think that's the perfect balance for that cocktail now. When I made it on the live stream, I did use amaretto, and it was good, but it still wasn't quite there. I was playing about with different rums, and I just think the combination of that Frangelico, that spiced rum, that pumpkin, that is a cracking hazelnut pumpkin autumnal winter sour. That is fantastic. Love that. For recipe number 2, a nice simple cocktail for you. We're going for it's basically a pumpkin and ginger mule. And I'm going to be using Dutch Barn's ginger vodka for the base of this. Just want 45 ml, but the ratio, the amount of booze used, completely up to you. Using this Real pumpkin syrup again. Great stuff, this 20 ml. Lime juice, I'm just going for 15 ml, a couple of wedges of lime if you're using a fresh lime. Then quick shake again. Look, you could make this straight in a glass. It's just the pumpkin does need a little bit of shaking just to kind of blend it all together. But straight into your favorite highball glass. And then for my ginger, I'm going for my favorite ginger. This is from Fever Tree, the spiced orange ginger ale. This is incredible stuff. Love that. So just top this up. Beautiful, superbly balanced. Ginger and pumpkin work so well together. You've got that fresh orangey note, that clementine note that comes from that ginger ale as well. That's just a super easy, rounded pumpkin drink. When I taste drinks like this, it baffles me that more places don't use pumpkin like outside of pumpkin spice lattes, because this is fantastic. Now, recipe 3. This may have well been my favorite cocktail from that live stream. It's a sidecar with an apple twist. So we're going Calvados, but we've also got pumpkin and ginger in there as well. This just works so well. So first ingredient, your Calvados apple brandy of choice, 45ml, 1.5 ounces. And of course, if you haven't got a Calvados, brandy with apple liqueur, or brandy with another way to get an apple through your cocktail. You could potentially even use some pressed apple juice in there. It's not quite the same, but you want this apple ginger pumpkin flavor. That's what I'm going for. This ginger is getting rocked out quite a lot at the moment. Ginger vodka from Dutch Barn. Don't want much, 10 ml. Sidecars use like an orange liqueur, whether that's Cointreau, whether that's Grand Marnier, whether that's an orange curacao, that kind of stuff. This is my go-to at the moment. This is Fortunella Kumquat liqueur. Delicious, super delicious. 30ml, 1 ounce. With your citrus juice, the sweet spot for me in this recipe was 20ml. So this is lemon juice. Then we want our pumpkin syrup, and I'm going for 20ml. Quick shake, and then straight into your favorite martini glass, coupe glass, or we could go into like a double old-fashioned glass over ice as well. God damn, I cannot get enough of that. That is stunning, absolutely stunning. Apple, pumpkin, ginger. What do the kids say these days? Smashable. That is totally smashable. I would put that head to head against a porn star martini on a hen party, and I, I was going to say I think it would smash it. I really do. It'd be very, very close. Let's put it like that. The porn star, everyone loves the porn star. This, that's basically what I'm trying to get across to you. That is so damn tasty. Flipping love that. Now, recipe number 4. This was the snowball. Now, I have changed this recipe for what I did in the live stream. I found a better base spirit and it just works so well. So this is kind of like the Mediterranean, basically the base of this is going to be Dutch Barnes Mediterranean citrus vodka. And I just found upping the quantities of that slightly with the pumpkin, with our favourite sort of wintry liqueur, if you want to call it that, liquid custard. This is a snowball on steroids. Now, as I always say when I'm making snowballs, look, I am a bartender. I am going to shake these, and I am using a little bit of puree, a little bit of that's syrup, so it's a bit thicker. But I know most of you making snowballs, just whack in a glass, stir it, jobs can do you. But I'm just going to shake this. 45 ml, 1.5 ounces of this Mediterranean citrus vodka. This is kind of like a vodka version of an orange, it's orangey citrus liqueur. The aromas are flipping tastic with this. Such an incredible. If you're trying to compare this to like Absolute Mandarin or Absolute Citron, you have got absolutely no chance. This is a whole different beast. Now we want our pumpkin puree, pumpkin syrup, whatever you want to call it, 20 ml, and then I want 30 ml, 1 ounce. Can you see that? That's our Warnix Advocar. Every supermarket here in the UK goes through tons of this time of year. 30 ml, 1 ounce. Strain that into your favorite highball. Now, to top this up, in that live stream, I did use the Sicilian lemonade from Fever Tree. I pointed out that if you're not using Sicilian lemonade, you need a bit of lime juice, and you can use something like that, traditional lemonade or Schweppes or Arites, whatever you're going to use. However, tinkering with this, I've already opened it. We've already used it in this video. The spiced orange ginger ale complements this just so well. So I'm just going to top up with that. I've gone all festive with the ice and sugar on here, but quite rightly so. Honestly, that for a snowball fan, that is just so damn fun and tasty. Orangey, pumpkiny, gingery. Oh, honestly, I love riffing up snowballs. It's probably my favourite thing to do when it hits October. It's just like snowball crazy. Mm. Now, before the final recipe that I'm about to show you, there's 2 notable mentions that I'm not including in this video. They were great cocktails. They're just like, yeah, it's not really the vibe for this sort of recipe. For this video, one of them was an old fashioned, which we kind of played with, and it was really, really delicious. But you don't need me to show you adding pumpkin to an old fashioned. The other one was kind of like a pumpkin rum Hatton, Manhattan sort of riff on there. We used the Amaro, Angostura di Amaro, and it was great, but it's not a patch on any of these 5 recipes. You know, these 5s were leaps and bounds. After I tinkered with them, played about, these 5 were just leaps and bounds above those 2. Okay, so the final recipe that I'm going to show you is a pumpkin twist on a Mai Tai. It's really good, this recipe. Now, your first ingredient you're going to need to replicate this is a dark rum. This is what I'm using. Yes, this isn't a rum. This is alchemy, just local to me. This is sugar beet spirits. It can't be legally called a rum. Alternatives to this, like Plantaray OD, that kind of vibe. But now that I've found the rums that I want to use in this, we are taking this to a 10 times better than what I did on the live stream. So a darkish rum, but for me, Alchemy, the OG Alchemy, 45 ml, 1.5 ounces. Then I'm just going to bolster that with just a little drizzle of Plantaray OFTD. Oh, flipping Nora, that is delicious. 15 ml, half an ounce. Just in case you didn't get that, look at the ABV. There we go, 69%. Lime juice, my sweet spot here is 22.5 ml, 3/4 of an ounce. pumpkin syrup, pumpkin puree, and bring it down slightly in this recipe, 15 mil. And as it's a Mai Tai, we want some orgeat syrup there, some almond syrup, a hint of orange extract in there, orange blossom, 10 mil. Now, I was pretty happy with that recipe. After I tinkered with it, I thought that was really, really good. But I'm just going to elevate this ever so slightly. These did come out to play quite a bit on the live stream, but not in this cocktail. Chocolate bitters. Don't want much here. I'm just going for 8 drops. And of course, the law with all Mai Tais, they have to go in a Mai Tai glass. Of course they do. That is a proper 10 out of 10 Mai Tai. That is so, so good. Yeah, I've gone a bit overkill. We're still 2 months out from Christmas, but there's an ulterior motive behind some of these photos as well. That is so good. I didn't opt to put the orange liqueur in there because I found that the orange liqueur, when I tried it, the pumpkin just kind of got lost. Now I've got that pumpkin that comes forward in there. The lime juice balances that beautifully, but there's that chocolate note. That chocolate note with those 2 rums, that almondy pumpkin, fan-flipping-tastic Mai Tai. I adore that. So there we go. There is your autumnal, wintry, pumpkin-y. There we go. Let's give you some of that on the close-up pumpkin there. This proves that pumpkin is not just for spiced lattes.